Hello, good morning, children. Hoping all of you are fine. What are we going to learn today? It would be wrong if I say that we all are having an MBBS degree with us. Yes, you heard it true. Because if there is some type of discomfort in our body, we first try to treat ourselves on our own. We take a first aid, and then if the signs or symptoms are not reducing in our body, only then we go and consult a doctor. Like for example, if we observe fever, we have temperature variations in our body, we'll be taking doses of paracetamol like 3 times a day, and then we would be feeling a little bit relaxed. If we observe that we are having loose motions, we will be having control over our diet. If we are observing that some body aches are there, we'll be putting some ointments or balms or something which will be reducing the inflammation in our body. Okay, in the last class I told you about what inflammation is. So we are having redness, you are having swelling, you are having pain, you are having heat generation in a body. That particular area is called as an inflamed area, and inflammation can take place in any body part. It can take place internally, it can take place externally, anything. Okay, so what are you doing over here? You are treating yourself first, and then you go and consult a doctor. So apart from that, if we normally see that you are tired, you are having cold, cough or a headache, if you take sound sleep for around 2 hours or 3 hours, sometime the headache can be totally relieved and you will be feeling totally refreshed. Okay, so a sound sleep is also important to heal yourself, because when you are sleeping, at that time your body's energy is conserved, and that energy is being utilized by your body to repair itself, to heal itself. Apart from that, we know that our white blood cells, they are on heavy duty work. They do different types of work, like first and foremost they go to a target area where the infection is taking place, and then they try to fight the infection. So when we are healing, we are conserving the energy, and that particular energy is used in healing. Okay, getting into the topic right now, what are we going to study today? We are going to study about the prevention of the disease. Like for example, no, it's not the prevention, it's the principles of the disease treatment that is there. So first and foremost, when we are having any issues, okay, like for example, you are observing high fever and you are observing chills. Okay, so you took the paracetamol medicine for 1 day and still you observe that the temperature is not coming down, it's not getting suitable. What do? You go to a doctor, you consult a doctor. The doctor will be giving some medicines, prescribed combination of medicines apart from paracetamol, and you have it. You can see that the temperature is getting down in your body, but not to a marked extent, and you're not feeling that comfortable. You again go to the doctor after 3 days or 4 days, and then he would suggest you to go for a blood test. You go to a lab, take the blood, give the blood, and then the blood will be going for analysis, and from the report you come to know that you are diagnosed with the plasmodium. What is that? So plasmodium is a protozoan which is responsible for causing malaria. The doctor will see your report, and now he will target the plasmodium that is there in your RBC, and give you the combination of drugs that is being used to kill the plasmodium. That's your comment section today. You have to name the standard drug that is being used to treat malaria. You have to name a standard drug that is used to treat malaria. Two hints for that. The name starts with Q. Okay, that's your first hint. And second, it's actually a plant derivative. Okay, so ancient time it was being derived from plant. Nowadays we are synthesizing it chemically, that's secondary, but ancient time it was a plant derivative. Okay, so you have to name the standard drug that is used in the treatment of malaria. So in the comment section, write your name, class, row, and your answer. Okay, so getting into the topic, so sometimes a sound sleep is enough self treatment, and then if you are not well, you go to a doctor to get more precise type of treatment. So in a nutshell, what are we learning? We are learning about the principles of treatment. The treatment of infectious disease consists of two steps. They are to reduce the effect of the diseases, that is the symptoms, and to kill the microbes which caused the disease. So first one, to reduce the effect of the disease. This can be done by taking medicines to bring down the effects of diseases like fever, pain or loose motions, etc., and by taking bed rest to conserve your energy. See, when stomach upset issues are there, loose motions are there, at first target we will be controlling our diet, second we would be taking ors, and still again we feel that yes, this loose motions are continuing, stomach upset is still continuing, we go to a doctor, diagnosis will be done, and then it would be checked that whether we are having cholera, we are having typhoid or certain other diseases which is responsible for causing the gut issues that are there. Second one, to kill the microbe. This can be done by taking suitable antibiotics and drugs which kill the microbes and the disease is cured. So this is how the principle of treatment is there. In our surrounding, we normally see different types of protozoans that are there. So you are having parasites, protozoans, fungi, prokaryote, virus, prions that are there. Okay, these are the organisms that are responsible for causing different types of diseases that has been mentioned over here. Now, when you are sick, when you are ill, we don't know what is the reason, whether it is because of a worm, whether it is because of a bacteria, whether it is because of a virus, or it is because of a prokaryote. What is the causative organism of the disease, we are not knowing it. And each and every disease that is there, which is caused by a microorganism, have a different pathway. That's where your lab test is beneficial. So when you go for a lab test, we come to know what is the organism that is responsible for causing the disease, and based on that a doctor will be prescribing you the medicine. Okay, now all these different microbes that are there, all these different pathogens that are there, they have their own biochemical life process. What do they have? They have their own biochemical life process. This is a simple biochemical life process that has been mentioned over here. നമ്മൾ ഫുഡ് കഴിച്ചാൽ എങ്ങനെ ഫുഡ് ബ്രേക്ക് ഡൗൺ ആവുന്നത്, that is digestion. Okay, in the same manner, all these different types of microbes that you see, whether it is cellular or acellular, living or non-living in nature, they have a different ബയോകെമിക്കൽ ലൈഫ് പ്രോസസ്. അപ്പം ബാക്ടീരിയയുടെ ലൈഫ് പ്രോസസ്സിൻ്റെ കൂട്ടല്ല വൈറസിൻ്റെ. ലൈക്ക് വാട്ട് ദ parasite life process will be there, it won't be similar to the fungi. Everybody is having their own biochemical life process by which they will be getting the energy, remember I taught you about the mitochondria, in which how the glucose is taking a knock entry inside the mitochondria, and then finally it gets converted into ATP and comes out. That's also a biochemical energy that is taking place in our body. In the same manner, every organism, every pathogen have their own biochemical life process. We need to know which pathogen is responsible for causing a disease. Only then we can target the biochemical life process, and we can kill the microorganism, So how are we killing the microorganism that has entered in our body? How are we killing a pathogen that has entered in our body? So we are giving, the doctor is giving a medicine in such a manner, a doctor is prescribing a drug in such a manner which will be targeting the biochemical life process, So when the biochemical life process is down, automatically what will happen? The microbe will be also knocked down, the microbe will be also killed. Adinu vendiyana on a large scale we are being given antibiotics. Break the word. Anti means against. Biology, bio means life. So antibiotics, against life. So what is antibiotics? Antibiotics are special chemicals. What are they? They are chemicals which will be killing the life, which will be killing the microorganism. When we actually feel ill a lot and we have been given antibiotics, we have the antibiotics, but along with the antibiotics some gas medicines would be also given. It will be also prescribed. Why? Because whenever we take the antibiotics, along with the bad microorganisms, the good microorganisms that are there in our digestive system, they get killed. the good as well as the bad gets killed. So to cure that, to compensate that, what has been given, some medicines are given to reduce the effect. അതാണ് നമ്മൾ ആൻറ്റിബയോട്ടിക്സ് കഴിച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് നോർമലി സ്റ്റമക്ക് അപ്സെറ്റ് ഇഷ്യൂസ് ഉണ്ടാവാറുണ്ട്. വി ഹാവ് എ ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് ഗ്യാസ് പ്രോബ്ലം. വൈ? ബിക്കോസ് these antibiotics along with the good bad bacteria, it will be killing the good bacteria also. But one thing is there, antibiotics cannot be given to treat any type of virus diseases. It cannot be given to treat any type of virus diseases. Can you just give the reason in one single word? What can be the reason? The reason is because the bacteria have the virus have a different biochemical life process compared to that of bacteria. Every organism has a different biochemical life process. So antibiotics can never be given to treat a viral disease, because we know that viruses are the organisms which are acellular or which are non-living in nature. They need a body, they need a host by which they can enter the body, and then they are responsible for causing the disease. Okay, so this is the main core of understanding it. Let's read and understand. Antibiotics and virus. Antibiotics work by attaching to specific targets on the surface or within the bacteria. So antibiotics, they go within the bacteria or they stick on the surface of the bacteria, by which what is getting blocked, the biochemical life process is getting blocked. Okay, so for example, penicillin, നമ്മൾ 8th പഠിച്ചില്ലേ, hand like structure, penicillin, penicillium, binding protein. Virus aren't free living. A virus is a parasite that cannot do anything outside of a cell. Only once it is inside a cell it can replicate. We know, because we already stated over here, they are acellular, they are non-living, they need a host body, only then they can replicate. Okay, now what happens is, virus aren't constructed in the same way as bacteria and do not reproduce the same way. Okay, one thing that I would say over here is, virus are the organisms that cannot be seen with the naked eye, and they are even smaller than the bacteria. We have prions that are even smaller than the virus. Okay, so prions are there, virus are there, which are molecules that are even smaller than the bacteria. So coming over here, antibiotics have no target to attack in a virus. Antibiotic use for a viral infection won't cure a virus but help contribute to antibiotic resistance. It means that since we studied that the virus makeup and the bacterial makeup is entirely different. Okay, so the antibiotics do not have a site by which it can go and attach to a virus. What will happen? Antibiotics are useless in the case of the viral disease, but it will be having sometimes an adverse effect over the bacteria. The bacteria can become a super bacteria. The bacteria can become a super bacteria, or it can become a resistant bacteria. How? So see this. This is normal bacteria. Normal bacteria. To this we have given antibiotics. നമ്മൾ ആൻറ്റിബയോട്ടിക്സ് കൊടുത്തു. Sometimes it is possible that it can get mutated, it can get changed, and it can become super bacteria, on which now the effects of this medicine won't be possible. It won't be possible. ഞാൻ ഇത് വേറൊരു രീതിയിൽ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തു തരാം. We have brought an all out liquid at our home, mosquito repellent liquid at our home. We switched it on at the evening time. ആദ്യത്തെ 2-3 ദിവസം you can see that the mosquitoes are dying. Okay, but continuous use of all out, okay, 1 month, 2 month, you will be seeing that the mosquitoes have no effect. They won't die. Why? What has become? They have become resistant. What have they become? They have become resistant. In the same manner to the bacteria also, when we give a certain antibiotic all the time, what will happen? They will become resistant and they become super bacteria. That's how then we go for change of medicine, change of antibiotics. Alle oru combination of antibiotics tharum. Okay, that's about it. Bacteria, indiscriminate use of antibiotics, it gets converted into super bacteria. When we talk about the viral diseases, virus diseases, one disease that is really very dreadful and is a concern is about the AIDS. We have some medicines that are targeting to reduce down the effects of the virus. So that's there in the market and is being prescribed to the people who are being infected by the AIDS. Okay, so I've just taken a portion over here. Please read the textbook, all of you, and please don't forget to comment about the standard drug that is used in the treatment of malaria. Okay, clue Q. Okay, the first letter starts with Q, and the second clue is it's a plant derivative. Okay, thank you all. See you in the next class.